Ladies and gentlemen, WWE 2K has dropped a new patch on us, and this one is a bit of a minor one. We understand that there's some issues in this game, and people are going to likely be upset at the fact that this was the patch that was dropped, but there was a keynote in here that I do want to go on ahead and mention, which states that they are working on something bigger. Now, with all of that being said, before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go on ahead and get into some of these patch notes. Let's get it. So we have the patch notes 1.09 pulled up here on my end. Stability and performance improvements. Address reported concerns with the jackhammer pin combo. Address reported concerns with the corner springboard spear. That's it. Now, we do know that the jackhammer did have its issues. We mentioned it in the last video. I did not know anything about the corner springboard spear. So again, that's something that was, addressed. I wasn't aware about that, and nothing about the knife edge chop, which is still broken according to a lot of people that watched the last video that we dropped. So there is a lot of things here and there that are currently still broken and not working as intended. Universe mode still has its rivalry issues, and there's just tons of stuff that just obviously needs to be cleaned up and fixed. Now, there is no season 3 during May, so this could be a good month for them to pick up the slack, make sure that the game is working as intended. When DLC season 3 comes out, we're looking at a better game. If you guys did not know, June 3rd is the projected release date for season 3. So again, that is something to go on ahead and keep in mind, because I believe that this is going to be one of the better ones. We're talking Matt Cardona, La Parka, Tori Wilson. There's a good couple of characters in there that should make this game, in my opinion, better. Now, whether the update makes it better, whether all of that extra stuff on the side makes it better, that's up to us to see, after May. But I do think that, this next DLC season 3 needs to perform. It needs to deliver. I think we can all agree that season 2 was one of those seasons that unfortunately did not deliver due to the Borderlands personas, due to just getting MyFaction tickets in there. Like, there was a lot of pointless stuff in there in that season that I just wasn't a fan of. I personally still believe season 1 was better than season 2, and that has to do with the character selection. That has to do with a lot of the rewards as well that were a part of season 2. And I think with season 3, we could be looking at something better. You look at MyFaction, and that's a mode that doesn't really seem to have much going on for itself right now in terms of just community, just positivity in general, right? Now, I do want to point out that there was one thing that they did do, which I thought was good, is that they are now rolling back MyFaction points and VC. They are rolling back those that spent that MyFaction points and VC that did that while the packs were at a higher rate. They rolled the price back, and now they're also giving back what people spent, which honestly, I did not think that was going to be the case. Coming from other communities where mistakes like this can happen within the game, they usually don't do this. They don't roll back your points or whatever. You open the pack, you lose. So I definitely think that it is nice of them to, go back in and get it done. I do think, again, that is bare minimum at this point, but it is nice to see that they are paying attention to little things like that and making sure that people are keeping their VC and MyFaction points. So you kind of win. You got to open the packs, you got your VC and your MyFaction points back. So if you were somebody that got to do that and now are getting part in the make right, from 2K, if you do contact 2K support, I think that is also a positive as well, in my opinion. But again, the issues are far bigger than this, in my opinion. But it was nice to see that there was a quick resolution found between customers and 2K support. Now, online players are seeing another patch and basically no talk of online, right? I don't even know if this brought the online matches back. Let me know down below if it did. That's a problem in its own, and we are going to mention it in every video, because for me personally, I felt like this was going to extend the lifespan of the game for me. Being able to hop on there with my friends, play the backyard brawls and all that, that's where the bread, the butter, all that good stuff was at for me this year. Playing it throughout the year, having that type of fun throughout the year. It was exciting. It was good. But unfortunately, those matches were removed. You can only do up to 3-man at the moment. Again, it might have changed, but the reality is that even if it changes, even if it comes back, the servers are still not as reliable as they should be. They don't work as intended, and I think that's one of the bigger pet peeves for me as well. Like, seeing it go down the way that it is, it just doesn't really hit the same, if I'm being honest, because the servers last year after the midpoint in 25, they worked way better. Now we're at a point where they just don't work as good. You know what I'm saying? But we look at the fact that they put that they're working on something bigger. It makes me believe that there's a bigger patch coming within the next week or two. They didn't give us any time frame, anything like that, but it lets you know, and as a consumer, it probably puts, you know, people, you know, at ease knowing that there is something being worked on the back end. We just don't know exactly what it is yet, but I assume that soon we will know enough. I think that a big patch is definitely warranted, and we also need to be careful with breaking stuff that's already fixed to fix something else. That comes down to the foundation, and something we mentioned in the last video as well. You look at what's happening when they fix the game and they fix something that was particularly broken. Now you go back and something else is broken because of that one thing that they fixed. So I think it's basically like a domino effect, unfortunately, and something that hopefully they can figure out a way to not break something else, because that is just, again, super unfortunate. I really do enjoy 2K26 from a universe mode standpoint, regardless of the issues that universe mode has. I really enjoy it from a gameplay standpoint, as I believe that this is my favorite game 2K has dropped in terms of gameplay. It's just a lot of the issues and the glitches that's pulling people away from this game. And season 3 hopefully has the opportunity to bring a lot of people back, especially with the rewards and whatnot. Hopefully some really solid persona cards, some arenas, some championships. I think there's a lot that they can do with season 3, especially after the flop that season 2 was. You really want to make sure that you get people on board with the ringside season pass, as I feel that it was a goodwill change to put DLC at tier 1, but there still needs to be good enough rewards to go up the ranks, because there was a little bit of extra money spent to get the edition where you get all of the premium passes, and people still feel like they haven't been able to justify that price yet. So hopefully season 3 comes out and really drops the hammer and gets people excited for what the ringside pass could potentially be for the rest of the year. And the ringside pass is something that usually, you know, should be exciting, you know, in any game, because if you're not a fan of the DLC that's dropping, at least you know that you have a chance at getting something that you may like through a persona card or gaining virtual currency, whatever the case may be. Like, there's different things that you can do or just look forward to when you don't like everything. Like Demolition wasn't something that I was really looking forward to, so I was looking forward to the past till the Borderlands stuff came out. So I just think all around Ringside Pass season 2 wasn't all that great, but just 3, I think it needs to deliver from an update point, from a patch point, to just everything it needs to deliver. So we'll have to see what happens, y'all. Hopefully we get a new patch very soon, as this one wasn't really all that big. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have been enjoying the content. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.